Hello friends, welcome back to Technique. Today we'll be doing a quick comparison of two Nord devices, the Nord CE4 versus the Nord CE3. Now OnePlus Nord CE4 was announced recently for a price starting 24,999. Now we all know the OnePlus Nord CE3 was a pretty good device launched last year. So there has been a lot of upgrades in terms of features being offered in the OnePlus Nord CE4. So how good is these two devices and what are the upgrades in the OnePlus Nord CE4 compared to the OnePlus Nord CE3? So this is a quick comparison of the two devices, the Nord CE4 versus the Nord CE3. So before going into the video, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's first talk about the design. Now if you look at the design language of these two devices, you can see that both are quite different actually. Now we have a camera unit which is vertical on the OnePlus Nord CE4, while this also has a vertical camera layout, but the macro camera and the ultra wide is placed at a single camera unit, and this is completely projected while this is under a camera unit. So there are subtle changes on both the devices. Which one did you like? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Now the back panel is plastic on both the devices. Here we have a completely solid color, while we have a marble like finish on the OnePlus Nord CE4. So personally I like the finishing and the color combination of the Nord CE4, but this is again a pretty good device. So nothing much to differentiate between these two devices in terms of design language except for the camera placement. The colors are slightly better on the Nord CE4. Now again in terms of weight, not much of difference, just 2-3 grams additional on the OnePlus Nord CE4. Even though the battery capacity is increased by 500 milliampere, there is no substantial increase in terms of weight. So both of the devices looks pretty good. Almost weights almost similarly. In-hand experience is also quite good. So there isn't much of different in terms of the design aspect. Now if you look at the front panel design, here also you can see that not a major difference in terms of the design language. You can see that punch hole selfie camera, the bezels are also quite similar, so no major difference in terms of display bezels as well. Now in terms of other design language, you can see that both the devices have power and volume keys, USB Type-C port, speakers, and the SIM tray top has IR blaster. So everything looks very similar on both the devices in terms of design language except for the camera placement. Now moving on to the display. Now both the devices have almost the same display, full HD plus resolution display, AMOLED display, 120Hz refresh rate, sRGB value is there, then HDR10 plus support is there. So display experience is quite similar actually, not much of change. Even if you look at movie watching experience, both look pretty similar, and the color quality and the overall display quality definitely looks very similar. So we can't differentiate between these two devices in terms of display experience. Now talking about software, there isn't anything to differentiate here. Both are exactly the same OS, Android 14 out of the box, or rather Android 14 out of the box on the Nord CE4, while the Nord CE3 has already got the Android 14 update. So this is again Oxygen 14 on both the devices. So no differences in terms of software here. So we are not going into depth of software because both are exactly the same, no difference literally. And you get 2 years of Android updates on this device, while 1 year of Android update is already over on this, so it might get 1 more year. So that's the software experience, so no major difference. Now when it comes to performance, that's where things change. This is powered by the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3, while this is the Snapdragon 782G chip. Now both have UFS 3.1 storage and LPDDR4X RAM. So let's first look at the synthetic benchmark score of these two devices. If you look at the Antutu score, almost 6,50,000 is the Nord CE3 with the Snapdragon 782G, while with the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 it has crossed 8 lakh. So there is definitely an improvement in terms of performance. You can see the CPU performance, GPU performance is vastly improved. Then memory and read write score are almost similar because both are UFS 3.1. So in terms of benchmark, the OnePlus Nord CE4 is definitely better, and that turns into better performance overall. The Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 is more powerful here. Now in terms of speaker experience, very similar. Fingerprint scanner also quite similar. Both are 5G devices, so no major differences in terms of that, but performance is definitely better on the OnePlus Nord CE4. Now moving on to the cameras. Now we have a Sony Light 600 sensor, while this is Sony 890 sensor. Now a lot of you have been asking us whether the Sony Light 600 is a downgrade over the IMX 890. We can't really say whether it's a downgrade, but this has 8 megapixel ultra wide, this is 8 megapixel ultra wide plus 2 megapixel macro as well. Now you also get a 16 megapixel selfie camera. Let's quickly have a look at the camera samples and decide whether the Nord CE4 is better in terms of camera performance. So looking at the camera samples, you can see here there isn't much to differentiate between the two devices. You can see that the colors looks a bit more natural on the OnePlus Nord CE4, but not by a huge margin. Again, dynamic range, the sharpness levels looks very similar, but the colors are better on the OnePlus Nord CE4. But again, not by a huge margin. Even if you look at the close-up shots, there isn't much to differentiate between the two devices. Very similar in terms of performance. Now, when it comes to portrait, the skin tones are more accurate on the OnePlus Nord CE4. You can see here that it's more accurate, but the edge detection is not different. Even the OnePlus Nord CE4 has edge detection issues. Now when it comes to low light, again very similar experience, but I feel OnePlus Nord CE4 has a slightly more sharper and slightly detailed images when compared to the OnePlus Nord CE3. Again, colors are better. Now when it comes to selfie camera, very similar experience. There isn't much to differentiate. The skin tones are quite similar. The dynamic range colors looks very similar here. So again, which one did you like? Do let us know in the comments. Now when it comes to video recording, the 4K 30 FPS does not have stabilization on either of the devices, but here OnePlus Nord CE4 has better colors overall. So that was the camera experience. So we would say OnePlus Nord CE4 has an upper hand in terms of camera, although there is no macro sensor on the OnePlus Nord CE4, but that was very average experience. So overall in terms of camera, colors are better on the OnePlus Nord CE4. Now moving on to the battery life, there is no debate required here. 5500 versus 5000, 100 watt versus 80 watt. So again, there is a massive improvement in terms of charging speed and also the battery performance. We got excellent battery life on the OnePlus Nord CE4. The CE3 is also pretty good in terms of battery life, but definitely the winner is OnePlus Nord CE4. So that was a quick comparison of the OnePlus Nord CE4 with the OnePlus Nord CE3. So is there an upgrade? Yes, definitely there is an upgrade in terms of performance, slightly better camera output, better battery life, and then better faster charging. So all this included, the OnePlus Nord CE4 is definitely an upgrade over the OnePlus Nord CE3, and the pricing is also pretty spot on at 24,999. So what do you guys think about these two devices? Which one did you like? And do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. So this is Nirmal signing off with a comparison of the OnePlus Nord CE4 with the CE3. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.